So today we're going to talk about why I disagree with or the hangups that I have about the FIRE movement. If you don't know, the FIRE movement is Financial Independence, Retire Early. It's an acronym. And in case you haven't seen my other videos, click on the eye in the sky here, and my latest video is going to come up. I have some story times as well as some videos about my debt story and a little bit about my money mindset. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. So if you're watching this video, I'm sure you know what FIRE means. Financial Independence, Retire Early. Now, this is a movement that spawned out of, it spawned out of the wave of people not liking their jobs and people saying, I work way too hard for way too little. I want to have more flexibility. I want to have more freedom. I think it kind of spurred like tiny living and van dwelling and FIRE, and it was a very progressive movement, and it's still going on to this day. So I guess the tenets of the FIRE movement would be like investing your money into the stock market, saving as much as you can, and making enough money or building a portfolio that's big enough for you to live off of, quit your job that you notably hate, and do what you want to do, live off your portfolio and your investments, and then have the life that you want to have. And I want to say that I think this is a great idea because a lot of people hate their job. Not me. I like my job. But a lot of people hate their job. They don't like going there. It's a means to an end. It just pays the bills, and it doesn't satisfy people internally. I looked at a video of this man, and he was saying that he worked for a company for 10-15 years, and all he got was a certificate of appreciation, and he thought wow, I'm wasting my time. I had 10 good years, and what do I have to show for it? So then that's when him and his wife decided that, hey, we're gonna participate in the FIRE movement. We're gonna be as frugal as we can, and we're gonna build our portfolio so much so that we can live off of this and we don't have to go back to work. So with the FIRE Festival, there's a lot of house hacking. So there's a lot of people who already have homes or own homes, or let's say they live in a very metropolitan area or a very great location where their rents are high, but their payment is low because they own their home. And let's say they bought the home and it wasn't in tip-top shape. They live in it for maybe 2 years. They fix up their home and they're able to rent out their home, and they downsize, move somewhere else. So the rent that they're paying the rent that they're getting from the home that they're renting out covers the mortgage, and it pays for the home they're in. So they're essentially downsizing. So that's my first problem with the FIRE movement, because it seems like you need to have an investment property or a high paying job in order to accelerate your portfolio growth and what you need to live off of in the long run. Now, this may be okay for people who have assets or particularly high income, or maybe even a dual income, like two people making $50,000 a year, $100,000. That's great money. And that's a good place to start versus somebody making $25,000, $30,000 and having a few $100s after everything. So that's my problem. It seems like you have to have at least assets already, a home, a boat, a tiny house, or your jobs need to be a high paying job so you can jumpstart this whole career. The second problem that I have with FIRE Festival, nope, y'all don't do FIRE Festival, okay? They was scamming. The second problem I have with the FIRE movement is that it seems to me that most of the people, not all of them, that they're promoting financial independence, retire early, as a scapegoat of not liking their job. So it's more than likely a story where a person's like, oh my gosh, I hated my job. I never want to go back there. Me and my family decided that we're going to save all this money. We're going to retire early. And after that, we don't have to work for the man. We can do what we want to do. We got flexibility. We have this and that. And to me, it seemed like it puts a Band-Aid on, it puts a Band-Aid on an issue that needs cement. You need cement and you have a Band-Aid. If the problem is that you don't like your job and the field that you're in is not rewarding, why not just get a new job? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand hating. Well, I don't understand hating. I love my job, but I can understand if somebody doesn't like their job and they want to get out of that situation. You totally should get out of the situation and find another job that is fulfilling to you. But don't use the FIRE movement as a scapegoat into like quitting your job or into like a reason not to change professions. Like, if that's something that's not fulfilling, find you a new job. So that is kind of one of the problems that I have. I don't want this video to be all negative, though. I think that the movement is very great, and those who did participate in the movement are able to, again, have flexibility and live life like they wanted to. They might have actually hated their jobs, and now they're doing what they love to do. And I think that's great. But again, different strokes for different folks. Another thing. I know I was getting all the good stuff out, the bad stuff and goods, and we're going back to the bad. So as far as like the FIRE movement, another thing I don't necessarily like about it is that people who are following FIRE are still working in some capacity, be it via remotely or online, doing tutoring or side hustles. They're still working. So it's not like you're retiring, not working at all, and living off your portfolio. You for sure have extra ways to make and earn money, and maybe still actively doing those things. However, the FIRE, as it's stated, you wouldn't think that. You would think that, wow, they're retiring and they're living the life they want to live. And of course they're not working, and they're, doing all this progressive stuff. Well, I do think the movement is great. It's progressive. It's for, and I think it has its place for those who can follow it, those who have high incomes, those who are able to house hack, those people who are very focused on their, on their retirement goals, and that's what they want to do. They're going to do it. However, I think it should be a little bit more transparency as far as the whole retirement aspect, especially when, a lot of young people are doing this, which is great. But I mean, again, 9 times out of 10, they're still working. They're not, and even if it's something that they want to do or they love to do and it gives them joy, they're still working. And that's the thing for me. It's like, if you love the job that you do and it really brings you joy, and it's something that you can like go home and you can say, okay, well, I'm okay because I advocated for who I needed to advocate for. This gave me a sense of helping, or this made me feel good inside. Then I'll work until I can't work no more. You know what I'm saying? But don't use it as an excuse. Anyway, guys, again, I don't want this to be all bad. I think the FIRE movement is great. If you haven't heard about the FIRE movement, Google it, YouTube it. Financial independence, retire early. A lot of younger people are doing it, and they're, taking their financial future into their own hands, and hallelujah to you, because that's, I agree with that. So y'all look it up, and if you can, check out some of my other videos. YouTube will suggest some videos to you right on here, and you can click my cute little face over there. All right, guys, see you later. Peace.